Please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how you first got involved with Dash and what is your current involvement with Dash.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name's Kodax, aka Spencer Kuzara. Most of you know me or have seen me around on either Dash News podcast or the After Party or maybe in the Discord chat room. I first got involved in Dash in probably it's either 2013 or 2014, and I was just interested in cryptocurrencies in general. Of course, Bitcoin at that time was cool. What really hooked me about Dash was I think the biggest thing for me was instant payments because at that time I was really trying to increase adoption here locally just so that I could spend cryptocurrency. And the instant payments obviously was a really big thing. And then that's kind of when I found out about the DAO and governance on chain and everything, which is really what hooked me into Dash. And when I saw how unique of a opportunity it was, I was pretty excited about it.
What is your view on the DIF investing in things that have nothing to do with cryptocurrency? These investments might increase Dash purchasing power through profit being used to burn Dash, but they do not increase Dash adoption and usefulness.
Okay, so my view on the foundation investing in things that have nothing to do with cryptocurrency is pretty nuanced in general. I think that would be something that the network would have to vote on. I can see the benefit in the sense that investing in things can give it kind of a floor compared to fiat currency, sort of. If you have things that are that traditional investors might see as backing to a cryptocurrency, I can see that. I also can see the downside, which is, it's risky inherently, and I think until you get people on the board in the foundation that really have a proven track record in investing in those type of things, I would suggest against it. But of course, it's up to the network to decide.
Do you think the DIF should make specific Treasury proposals to fund each individual investment, or do you believe it should make general proposals for funds to be invested as per the DIF's general investment strategy?
So the way that I think the foundation should operate is, I think the foundation should be making specific Treasury proposals to fund each investment, and then basically that way we know that the network has approved an investment, and then the success or failure depends on what everybody wants, hopefully. But yeah, so that way we kind of know the network wants to invest in this thing. We invest in it. I think at that point in time, those profits will probably be used to buy and burn Dash. In my opinion, that is the most fair way to do things, and that kind of leads into the next question, I suppose. But
do you think the DIF should take a masternode vote every time it proposes to buy and burn Dash with its profit, rather than reinvesting those funds?
So, in my opinion, I think. Obviously this is up to the network, but if it were up to me, I think my view leans towards the side of, I think to buy and burn Dash should be the default way of redistributing the profits to the network. And then I think if you wanted to reinvest a profit into something else, I think at that time you would probably need a vote. But just to get a masternode vote to buy and burn Dash, I don't think so. I think there has to be some accepted default of what to do with the profits, and in my opinion that should be to buy and burn Dash.
What are your thoughts on the DIF investing in advertising and improving its image to gain further traction?
As far as investing in advertising, I think I would leave that up to the regular Treasury, seeing as that's more of a grant situation, in the sense that if you were investing in an advertising company that Dash would own a portion of, that would be something different that would be worth considering. But just investing in advertising in general, just spending money, I don't know if that's necessarily what the foundation is intended for.
Which of these two statements do you agree with more? A, the DIF should be used to increase Dash purchasing power, or B, the DIF should be used to increase Dash adoption?
Sure. And that's a tough one that I kind of wrestled with when I read that question, because obviously both are good. In the end, I think the conclusion that I've come to is that I think it should be used to increase Dash adoption, because I think in the long run, increasing adoption will inherently increase its purchasing power.
Currently, supervisors can run for re-election every year. Do you think there should be a cap on the number of consecutive terms a supervisor can take?
Yeah, I definitely think there should be. I'm a fan of the idea of term limits in things like the Senate and things like that. So I don't see why this would be any different. I think that yeah, I think that there should be a cap on the number of consecutive terms. Obviously, in the beginning, it's going to be weird because we haven't established that yet. But I think if the masternode owners vote on it, which they should, obviously we implement whatever decision that they come to. But in my personal opinion, yeah, definitely there should be.